Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-July 2023 love reading. Thanks to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, source what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. And the way it works is we'll look at the past, present, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight, and that's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely address that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Queen of Coins. So this is a Capricorn energy here, and it could just be saying, if we look at the body language there, maybe you're really focused on your finances and career, right? But at the same time, I feel like you had a little bit of an openness toward a connection with this person, but you weren't necessarily going to pursue it, right? So you almost had a take it or leave it type of energy that you're bringing to the connection. Now, for some of you as well, it could just be saying that you might have actually been showing. I'm reluctant to use the term showing off because that makes it sound like a little bit worse than what it is. But I'm just saying the way I'm looking at it is like you were proud of your accomplishments, so you might have put them at the forefront for this person to see, But I don't necessarily feel like it was in a negative way, just more of like being proud of what you've done. So that could have been another angle as well, where you're really putting out there what you've done, what you've achieved to catch this person's attention. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Hanged Man. So, this person might have felt like they couldn't move forward with the connection in the past for whatever reason. We see in the artwork they're pretty chained up there, so it could have just been one of those things where maybe they had a lot of insecurities, right? Especially if you were, let's say, very successful, right? And they might have started to compare themselves to that and felt like maybe they weren't at that same level. There's plenty of different reasons why they could have been feeling that way, but yeah, at the very least in the past, it looks like they might have felt like they couldn't come forward and pursue the connection for whatever reason. All right, in the present position on your side, we have the Six of Cups. So this usually points to reconciliation, and of course, we're just about to start that Venus retrograde cycle, so could be pointing to that for some of you, but yeah, it could just be saying that maybe in the time that you spent apart from this person, now you actually have a little bit more of an appreciation for the connection. But with the Nine of Staves here as well, could just be saying that you feel a little bit guarded around the situation too. So maybe because you might wonder, like, okay, well, even if we're on better terms now, let's say, is that going to last, right? So you could still be feeling a little bit guarded, or maybe even for whatever reason, there's a part of you that's fighting the fact that you do want to reconnect with this person. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Emperor. So interesting as far as, well, this is a major arcana card for Aries, I should mention that, but interesting how, in a way, we see a big growth in confidence, right? So, like I said, let's just say if it was a financial thing in the past, where if you were doing very well, it's your career, and this person might have felt like they were lagging behind, maybe in the present, now they're doing very well in their career as well. So that could be a big boost to their confidence. But what stands out to me as interesting here is at the same time, though, this person wouldn't necessarily be very action-oriented as far as pursuing you in a connection either. But I feel like for some of you, though, at the very least, I feel like this is a sign that now they actually, because they're feeling more confident, they will come forward, and they might actually have been the one who initiated the starting up of the connection again between the two of you, or they will be soon. All right, in the near future position on your side, we have the Three of Cups. So this definitely represents celebratory energy, usually reconnecting with people you've known for a long time. So for some of you, you might have quite a background with this person. Maybe you guys have known each other since childhood, or at the very least, I feel like this would be a connection that might go some years back. And not only that, but this could also just be pointing to, you just connecting with friends and sharing the news, right? So if you are on better terms with this person, maybe you guys talk about that and feel good about it. But that's what I see with that. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Lovers. So this is the Major Arcana card for Gemini. And yeah, looks like they really are just taking the connection more seriously now. And I feel like, at the very least, if not in the present, or like I said with the Emperor, there's no guarantee they would pursue the situation. Seeing this come up in a near future position says to me that it looks like at some point they will actually be more upfront than trying to pursue this connection with you. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have Balance. So there's the artwork, and this is actually the equivalent to the Temperance card in traditional tarot, which is the Major Arcana card for your sign. So it could just be saying that maybe when you're connecting with this person, you just feel like more in balance, right? You feel like you have that person who complements you. So, for example, we see the fire with the water there, right? So you guys being a fire energy, if you feel like, okay, this person's actually being more open and expressive, right? You might feel like it actually balances you out, even though you might feel like at times that you guys might be opposites. You feel like it works out in your favor most of the time. And for some of you, this could just be saying that just to reconnect them with this person makes you feel more balanced, even if you don't necessarily feel like, oh, they're ever have to compliment me, this, that, and the other. It could just be like, okay, now that you reestablish contact, you feel like you're more of yourself now. All right, bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Knight of Cups. So for some of you, maybe this is even going to point to how they might try to reopen a communication, right? Maybe they'll, hey, do you want to meet up for drinks or something like that, right? Just to help them be a bit more confident. But at the very least, to me, this represents someone who might come across as a bit charming, right? And with the Knight energy, that does usually represent an action-oriented energy too. So yeah, for a lot of you, it looks like they will be the ones to initiate the reconnection between the two of you. All right, I'm moving on to your Oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle cards deck here. Just looking for a single card from this deck. Ooh, got one there, but it fell, so let me get that. All right, and next we'll see what we get from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation as the single card here, and then we'll read both messages to wrap the reading up with. All right, and got one there. So let's take a look at the Messages of Love card first. All right, we have Mastery. It says you've learned the spiritual lesson. So yeah, interesting message there, right? Because in a way, it looks like this person seems to have gone through quite a big shift. Where, like I said, it looks like in the past they might have felt like they couldn't move forward around the connection for some reason. Then we see a definite growth in confidence there, and then a definite openness as well. So for those of you who resonate more with the energy on this side, that message might resonate a little bit more with you. But at the same time, maybe there was a little realization on your part too, right? As far as, maybe you were putting the wrong things at the forefront, right? So like I said, if let's say if you were very successful in your career, right? And maybe you had the right intention behind it, like, oh, I'm proud of what I've achieved, right? But maybe you might not have realized that, oh, that might not be what this person valued at the same time. So could have been something like that. All right, and we have breathed. There's the artwork, and the number is 29. Someone else got that card this month too. I can't remember who though. It's either one of the other fire signs or water sign. But let's see what it has to say. Okay, the relationship message says, don't be in too much of a hurry right now. The heart needs time to open. Take a breath and let nature take its course. Release constriction and anxiety, for there is no need for attention. Savor the moment, and the waiting won't prove difficult. Your heart knows what the ego often resists learning. Patience pays off in deep and meaningful ways. So yeah, definitely a positive message there for sure. Especially because, like we said, it looks like this person is going through some kind of a growth and transformation cycle, and there's going to be that Venus retrograde very soon, so patience is definitely a good thing for a cycle like that as well. So hope it resonated for you guys. I'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.